Anyway, this is the small enderman mod showcase. Yeah, that's all for the intro. Okay, so here in this mod, we have two new mobs. We have the small enderman, and we have the tiny enderman. The small enderman is basically the same height as the player, as you can see, around 2 blocks tall, and the tiny enderman is about 1.5 blocks tall, like half the size of the player. And as well as adding two mobs to the game, this mod adds two new items, the small ender pearl and the tiny ender pearl. This tiny ender pearl is about the same size as my self-confidence. Anyway, the small ender pearl and the tiny ender pearl both do the same thing. They're just a regular ender pearl, but instead of stacking at 16, the small ender pearl stacks at 32, and the tiny ender pearl stacks at 64. This means you can have more storage of tiny ender pearls with a stack, or small ender pearls with half a stack. But the downside to having all these amounts of stacks is that you can't throw them as far. Look at that, you can barely move that, and you can, yeah, I'm pretty sure this tiny ender pearl has the same amount of movement as the average person in lockdown, as opposed to the regular ender pearl, which, yeah, can go quite far. Anyways, we're just gonna go to the end to see how rare these guys are. Alright, so here we are in the end. I'm gonna take a look at these guys. And here we already found one small enderman. And here's another one rocking close by. As you can see, they're not so rare, but compared to all the endermen here, there's like a quarter of them are small endermen, and like 1/8 of them are the tiny endermen, wherever they are. They should be around here somewhere. Okay, seriously, where are they hiding? Okay, found them. Okay, so here's the tiny enderman. There's just barely any of them on the main end island. Here we have a small one as well. I won the staring contest. Anyway, we're just gonna use this end gateway to see if they spawn more often in the outer end islands. Okay, so we're on the end island. Here we have a bunch of endermen and a bunch of small endermen. They spawn much more frequently here, and there is the tiny enderman mixed in with the big and tall enderman. This guy is adorable. Alright, so I'm being chased by a bunch of tiny endermen. Anyway, that's the small enderman mod showcase. That's about it to see. Oh, and don't try crafting eyes of enders with the small or tiny ender pearls. I tried that. It's about as successful as my grades. Yeah, and that's about it. Bye.